51. Welcome again to an episode 51, suckers! The Shlicketty cast. I'm your host, Aaron Forsyth, and I got my friend here, but before he starts ringing and knocking like always, I want to tell you, I'm going to throw a disclaimer at you. I'm going to cram it right in your nose here. I might be coughing. He's going to use his best in post to fix the cough button. I got a cold. I'll tell him about it. So blah, blah, blah. So bear with me. No hate mail. Welcome to the Shlicketty cast. 51. Here we go.
I'm here to witness and supervise the ceremonial throwing of the logo. You can go ahead and pick up the logo now.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that one.
And you can give it a heave. That was not approved. That was even unsanctioned. All right.
Wow. We gotta get a new sound effect. The breaking glass one is kind of like played out, don't you think? Now that we're at 51 and we're at a year, we can make a new sound, you know.
Well, now that you bring it up, I mean, we're coming up on like a year. 50, we're weekly, so that's 52 eps, 52 weeks in a year.
Look at that.
No vacations, we're hardcore. We're not always going to be
holidays.
hardcore, but right now we are.
We even acknowledge holidays.
Yeah.
So if we did 52, that's pretty good. That's 1 year, you know, hey.
I mean, there's a lot of holidays we do. We don't acknowledge.
Well, yeah, I mean, okay, St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, like I think Mother's Day is coming up or something. Do we just have Easter? I don't know.
Easter, right.
I don't even know. The fucking vernal equinox or something.
MLK.
Don't we set the clocks ahead, right?
Oh, the solstices.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, huh.
Yeah, you're right. The solstices.
Yeah.
That's the spring and the fall one, and the other ones.
They're getting rid of the. Are they going to get rid of the summer? Well, you were from Arizona. You guys never did this time change.
No, we didn't.
That's a weird one.
Yeah, we didn't do the time change.
Yeah. Wow.
And it was kind of fun. It always shook things up, but it just saved you the hassle of having to reset all your clocks and shit.
Would it fuck up your DVR?
No, because it's like its own little set of special rules. It's like in real estate. Texas has its own rules. There's the rules for everybody, and then there's rules for Texas.
Well, yeah. If they got rid of, what would happen though if they got rid of the time? The move ahead, spring ahead, fall behind.
Well,
would it catch up with itself?
I'm noticing this year totally that it was when it was in winter mode, and I don't know the daylight or standard. I don't know what the fuck. But when it was winter, it got dark at like 4 o'clock.
Right.
Man, it was fucking bleak and depressing. Why? Sure. I don't get it. I mean, is setting the clocks that way so that we get an extra hour of sunshine at the beginning of the day? I'm not sure.
Right, that's what I'm thinking, and I thought it was to throw a bone to the farmers.
Well, ideally, I think Benjamin Franklin came up with this whole idea, and I believe the whole idea was to give farmers and specifically bakers a little bit extra time, because bakers can't use candles or open flames. Because of the flour particles in the air, that's all flammable. You ever hear about those,
see, now we're learning here. All right. I didn't know that one. Now, wow,
yeah.
You're right. That does make total sense. I did not put 2 and 2 together. Huh.
Yeah, so to give bakers extra time, I guess. Benjamin Franklin was probably a fan of, scones and biscuits and such.
Oh, yeah, he probably had a morning biscuit he did. Oh, I like to go down to, yeah, he probably had his thing. Yeah. Sure.
Why
not?
Why wouldn't you?
Really? Yeah, right.
Really?
He was probably like banging the bagel lady.
Oh my God.
Didn't he have like a harem of women?
Yeah. Dude.
He was the Mac Daddy.
Dude, when he was like 14, he put together that Poor Richard's Almanac. Yeah. That all the farmers used to figure their stuff by when to plant the crops, when the tide is, like, he had tracked all that stuff, or he found a book that had tables of all that stuff. Like,
yeah, you think he was on the spectrum, or is he just super intelligent, or do you think he was abducted by aliens? What are we talking here?
Super intelligent, inquisitive, apparently very charming with the ladies.
That's what I funny, charming on top, which is not a thing.
Funny,
you would have thought,
good with a joke, wordplay. Because the next thing he did, he started a newspaper.
Right.
Or he had a like a little gazetteer, a little magazine newspaper thing, something like that. He got into printing.
Yeah.
Back in the days when there were probably only like 4 printing presses in America. It wasn't even America at the time. You know what I mean?
Jesus Christ. Yeah.
1740, 1750s.
Yeah, he was the dude. He was the dude. You go, wow. You know.
He was from here in PA.
Wow, yeah. And he would be rolling in his grave if he saw what was going on now.
Oh, I was thinking about that today, man. Can we invent some... never mind. Never mind.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. All right, hey, so...
I got stuff.
All right, go.
Well, not really.
Ooh. I recognize those.
Yeah, you do, because get this, so just as a little subtle FU to, whatever, the girlfriend bought online on an Etsy shop, she bought some Harvard wear. You know, like Harvard sweatshirts with the word Harvard on it, you know, because we all know what's going on.
From Etsy to not support them.
Yeah, but Harvard, you know, all right, yay, Harvard. Well, this person's selling their Harvard stuff, so she bought it. But within it, they threw in Trivial Pursuit cards.
Oh.
Which I thought I was like, no, that's nice. You buy something, and they throw in a little extra something on top of it. You know, like a sticker or keychain. I like a little extra something with your purchase.
I have had vendors on like Amazon or stuff like that. Like if I purchase like cables, I get specific about cables and stuff like that. So I think there was one of them that every time I bought from them, they'd throw in like a handful of little like hard candies and shit like that.
Right. Yeah, Sweetwater used to do that back in the 80s.
Oh, yeah. Sweetwater did that?
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, they used to, you're right. It was candies, I remember. Yeah, it was
There was one that
peppermints.
they sent, because it came from out east somewhere, maybe Japan or Korea. They threw in like a handful of like, candy from there.
Yeah. I want to say the Sweetwater once sent me also to, I don't know what I ordered. Might have been standard microphone stand, and it was like a little alligator keychain, Like, they're from Florida, like an alligator keychain. You just go, all right, see, now we're just, this is nice.
Yeah.
They're personalizing the experiment.
Yeah, like it came from Japan, like a little, Japanese island keychain or something.
Yeah, a little Chinese waving cat. Oh, a little Juarez.
Lucky Juarez.
So so I thought it was funny. I was like, oh wow, Trivial Pursuit cards. All right.
Can I tell you this? So at my house, the only Trivial Pursuit I think we have is the Harry Potter Trivial Pursuit.
Of course you do.
And when me and the girlfriend play it, I will have to answer all 6 of the questions on the card. She just has to get one right.
Oh God.
And it's hard getting all 6 right.
Huh?
It's hard getting all 6 right.
I'm sure.
On
I mean, you're a hardcore Potterhead.
Although I haven't listened.
What do they call you guys?
I haven't listened to him in like
Druggles or Gruggles or fucking
over 10 years.
What do you Harry Potter heads? Like, you know how Deadheads are Deadheads, and Trekkies are Trekkies. What are Harry Potter people? Is there a term for it?
Potterphiles.
Potterphiles. Okay, all right. Or you could be dorks. No.
Well, I mean, dude, you're the pot calling the kettle black there.
I just don't think Harry Potter. I think it stinks. Oh, but I know. I'm in the minority on that one.
Honestly,
I know everyone goes, Aaron, you gotta read the books. You gotta, and I'm like, I don't know. It's for children. It just seems 13-year-old boy.
No, see, that's the thing. That's why I first started reading it, because I was like, all right, is it like written for kids, right? You read Lord of the Rings. You were Mr. Lord of the Rings back in like elementary school.
Sure, but when I was in elementary school.
I first read it, I had your copies. You know what I mean? So, which I may still have one kicking around. But the, what the hell was I talking about?
But Lord of the Rings was a little bit more epic, and there was less choices out there at the time.
The writing style. The writing style sort of leaves a lot to be desired, right? Tolkien was into a couple of things, that's what he wrote. He was into languages, he was into trees and nature. That's what he wrote about a lot, right? He wasn't super descriptive about the world, right? A lot. And the Narnia stuff, all those, very much written for kids, right?
Yeah, and they always had a biblical overtone to them. Yeah.
It was always allegory with him. But
once you get past Lion and the Witch in the Wardrobe and Prince Caspian, they stink.
Yeah, I don't even
C.S.
know.
Lewis stinks.
But I mean, I have I have, you know, I think I got the first movie when it came out on DVD, and it came with a copy of the book. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you can kind of read the book. It's written for kids. It feels like it's written for kids. So
Yeah.
I wondered, if all the kids are reading the Harry Potter books, what do they read like, right? So I went, and they were on sale at like Target for like, I don't know, $6 for the first 4, right?
I could see going in, trying it.
Right.
You go, what's the hubbub about?
Her writing style is, it's not like it's for kids. It's very good. It's very engaging, and it moves along, and it's she's a very good writer, and that's what gets you sucked into it. The characters are a lot more vivid, and what's going on is a lot more detailed in the. Okay. If you read the books and then you watch the movies, you're like, holy shit, they're just running through. You know, like it's like a speed run. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's true. They always say the books are better.
Like the 6th movie, like I went to see it in the theater. Me and this girl I was dating at the time, we went to get something to eat afterwards, and we were going to talk about the movie, and you know, and we're like, that was nothing. That was almost nothing like the 6th book. Everything that was in the 6th book plot-wise was not in there. It was just like surface, like 3 or 4 surface plot points, and that's what.
Yeah, they were only just like reference callbacks.
Yeah, and there were whole big chunks that were like running gags that aren't even mentioned. You know, anymore. It's the whole thing.
You want to test your knowledge?
Sure. I mean, like they have these like this. Is this just general?
Yeah. I could just go right down a list, see how many you get. All right. We've got, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 6 on a card.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna speed round Mike 6 here. All right, guys, put your bets in. How many do you think Mike's gonna know? All right, let's randomly pull one. All right. Let's see. All right. G. What's the G stand for?
What?
I don't know. Is it category G?
Oh, is it green?
No, it's blue.
I think it's like geography.
Geography, yeah, that makes sense. Geography category. What's the most densely populated country on the American mainland?
Most densely populated country on the American mainland?
Hint, it's in the news.
El Salvador?
You're right. Ding, 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 ding. Entertainment. All right, the entertainment section. What song was introduced in Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid?
Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head?
Oh, you're right. Bonus if you guess who did it.
Billy something. Chapin? Harry Chapin or something?
Okay.
No.
Well, no, but I don't think so. It doesn't say. But
no. B.J. Thomas.
B.J. Thomas. There we go. You're right. Okay. History, H. What class is categorized as the bourgeois?
The middle class?
Yeah, ding, 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 ding. All right, 3 we go. Wow. See, Mike is your phone a friend. So, guys, if you're going on a game show, call Mike. Get a hold of us.
I was the original phone a friend. Before shit like IMDb,
Oh, yeah.
my phone used to ring, and it was like, Mike, who was that guy in the thing?
Okay. AL. What was the food of the Greek gods called?
Ambrosia.
Yes. Ding, 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 ding. Oh, okay. This one's easy. Science and nature. What does the Kelvin scale measure? Easy.
Temperature?
Yeah. Oh, this one's even easier. Sports and literature. Who was the first boxer to hold the world's heavyweight championship 3 times?
3 times. Boy, it could be Ali, it could be Foreman, it could be Tyson.
Yeah, he held the heavyweight championship 3 times.
Could be Ali, could be Tyson, could be Foreman. Okay, it wasn't Ali. He had a run, and that was it. Foreman had a run, and then he was champion later when he was older.
He had a good grill.
Man, he made so much money off that grill. Let's say George Foreman.
You say George Foreman?
Yeah.
No. Muhammad Ali.
Really?
Yes.
Man, I'm surprised at that.
But that was a good run. You had
Yeah.
you had a 5 out of 6. That was pretty good. That was pretty good.
I'm surprised. Only 3 times. Wow.
Yeah, you want to lay one on me? Here. Here's a stack of cards. I mean, I have no idea what they are. I didn't look at them.
See, I can hardly see.
There's something on the floor too. So I don't know. I'm usually pretty bad at these, but Trivial Pursuit is not as hard as you think. You know, it's more intimidating than it is.
All right. So here, you try this.
Okay.
Where is the 1,046-foot high Chrysler Building?
Chrysler Building. Yeah, it's Chicago or New York. New York.
You got to be more specific.
New York City.
There you go.
All right. New York.
Oh my God.
I was going to say New York.
What role did Charles Laughton and Trevor Howard both play in the movies?
What role?
Yes.
Truckers?
Captain Bligh.
I don't know that one.
Yeah,
Would you have known that?
No, I would have said Sherlock Holmes. Or actually Mycroft Holmes, technically. I don't know who Trevor Howard is, but I know a guy named Ronald Howard used to be Sherlock Holmes in the old black and white ones.
And Opie Taylor.
You know, I thought about that. I'm like, who is Ron Howard's dad?
Oh.
Was it Ronald Taylor, the Sherlock Holmes guy? I don't know. Maybe it's just a rumor. We don't know. It's alleged.
We don't know.
What was the chuck wagon used for on cattle drives?
Oh, the chuck wagon? Oh, to steer the herd of beef cattle. Steer cattle. The chuck wagon?
Cooking.
Oh, hence the name chuck wagon. I keep thinking of the commercial of the little chuck wagon coming around.
That's what I thought too.
And the dog.
Yeah. The dog's chasing it, losing their
I
minds.
stink.
Who created Horatio Hornblower?
Mark Twain?
C.S. Forrester?
Oh, I don't know.
Is this British?
I don't know. It's Trivial Pursuit. I don't know.
It's like your cell phone just switched over to a different language.
I know. I got the Canadian version.
What planet is considered the Earth's twin in size and mass?
Oh, size and mass. Mars.
Venus.
All right.
One more.
I got one right.
What suspect? Dude, these are crazy fucking questions.
Okay.
I wouldn't know these.
All right.
Yeah, I wouldn't know these at all. It was just luck that I knew the ones that you asked. Let's see. What suspect in the game of Clue, oh, here you go, holds a military rank?
Oh, Colonel Mustard.
There you go.
That's easy.
I don't even need to look at that one.
All
But I
right.
will
All
anyway.
right.
Colonel Mustard. There we go.
Colonel Mustard. Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna give you another one real quick.
All right, real quick.
Those were crazy hard.
All right.
All right.
Trivial Pursuit. Here we go. Harvard.
What's the most common Spanish surname?
Oh, Spanish surname? Jesus.
Surname is last name.
Oh, surname? Garcia.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Or Rodriguez. Garcia. I'll go Garcia.
Oh, that's right.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, wow.
Nice.
That was a Hail Mary there.
Yeah. Yeah, I was almost gonna go like Lopez.
Yeah.
Anyway. Okay. Who portrayed the demolitions expert in The Guns of Navarone?
Oh, who portrayed him?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. The Guns of Navarone. That's old. I would have to say, I don't know.
I don't know if I saw The Guns of Navarone. I saw Forrest 10 from Navarone, the later one with Harrison Ford, but David Niven. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. Maybe I did see it. Okay. Who declared, "I am not a crook"?
Oh, well, Nixon.
Oh, he is a crook.
Well, yeah.
All right. What poem begins, "'Twas the night before Christmas"?
'Twas the night before Christmas.
Fuck, I can't read with these on. Oh, what's that one?
Was it called 'Twas the Night Before Christmas?
No.
And all through the house, not a creature stirring, not even a mouse.
That is it, but that is not what it's called.
Oh, it is called A Long Winter's Nap.
Almost.
Oh, okay.
It is called A Visit from St. Nicholas.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, who knew? Yeah. Oh, you know what? Since we're
Long
here,
Winter's Nap would have been better.
since we're here, here's a nugget of trivia that will blow people's minds. The names of the fucking reindeer. Santa's reindeer, right?
Sure.
Okay. One of them changed.
What?
Yeah. If you go back to the original poem,
Oh, okay.
Dancer, Prancer,
Dasher,
Dasher, Dancer,
Dancer.
Prancer, Vixen, Comet,
Cupid, Donner, and Blitzen.
No. Donder. D-O-N-D-E-R.
Donder
Yep.
was Donder, then they changed it to Donner.
In
Donner, Party of Five.
Yeah. They changed it to Donner in the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Why?
Because nobody's doing Donder.
Yeah, Donder. Yeah, maybe that's just a weird British term name.
I think he made it up to rhyme with yonder. Donder and Blitzen is what's in the poem.
Huh.
But the song, it's Donner.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, fun fact for you.
One more.
Last one. What's known as the Queen of Drinks?
The Queen of Drinks. Oh, what is the Queen of Drinks? Jesus. Oh, that could go anywhere.
Right?
Man. My instincts say martini. No. Teeny weeny martini. No. Queen of Drinks? Well, what do chicks like? Peach schnapps and vodka? Queen of Drinks. What do you drink with the orange juice and champagne? What are those called? Mimosa. I'll go mimosa.
No.
No.
But you were really close. You were on the right track. It's one that you drink in the morning
Oh.
with tomato juice.
Oh, yeah, the Clamato or the, what do they call those?
Named after a queen.
V8.
Bloody Mary.
Bloody Mary. Okay, all right. V8. What?
All right, that's it.
Named
Trivia's
after
done.
Henry VIII. All right, trivia, everybody.
Trivia's done.
All right, trivia. So we're going to, let's take the Wayback Machine. Let's do it. You ready? You ready for this?
Oh my God, are we kicking into it? Oh, here we go. Look at us, we're landing in
1980, what, 2?
2.
Oh,
The sequel.
Yeah.
1981 was so good, they made a sequel.
oh. Dude, things are going down. Things are going down in 82.
Things are going down.
Crack epidemic started in Philadelphia.
Well,
Reagan declared the war on drugs. And did you know, I was like, I like the idea of Space Force, I thought it was one of Dummy Trump's okay ideas. I was like, okay, I'll go with Space Force. I'm on board. Well, come to find out, guess what? The U.S. Air Force in 1982, what we're talking about, came up with Space Force Command. So did you know the Air Force had Space Force Command already? And it was established by Ronald Reagan. So it was already done. Dude was reheating the nachos. Fuck me. The one thing I was about to go, I kind of like that Space Force idea, was a whole reheat the nachos. Fuck me. All right.
Airplane is essentially a shot-for-shot remake of 0 Hour. There it is.
There we go. Everything's old as new again. Jesus. Next thing you know, we're in El Salvador. All right, so, yeah, it's also the year Ozzy Osbourne, what did he do?
Oh, is this the year that, it's not the year that he might have bit the head off the bat in the concert. Mm-hmm. I was thinking of the Dove in the meeting with the record execs back. That was
no, he had already done that.
Yeah,
This one was the bat on stage.
The bat on stage. Was that like Utah or
I don't
Oregon?
know. Yeah, it was somewhere where it was kind of churchy. So I want to say Utah, maybe. But they snapped out, and I guess didn't he randomly fly and land on him, and then he grabbed him.
Yeah, he thought it was one of those rubber bats.
Right.
And nobody knows if somebody threw it at him or the bat was hanging out because it might have been an open air amphitheater. You know how they did those things in the late 70s, early 80s. They might have woken up by the noise and got disoriented by the sound and the lights and just, flew into him, and then he thought it was a rubber bat.
And he went down in history. That's one of those moments where it's like, wow.
He's got a handful.
Huh?
He's got a handful of those moments.
He does. He will go down he had some history rock and roll game-changing moments.
Legend. Dude invented metal twice.
Right. He bit the head off a bat. I mean, come on, that doesn't get any more shit yourself than that. Wow.
Well.
Also, too, here, before we get into your section, Walt Disney World came up with Epcot Center.
Epcot 82, that's right.
Yeah. I don't think I ended up there till like 85. But they started the Epcot Center. I remember them pushing it on Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom.
I think I was there very early. I remember Epcot had two things in it. It had the Spaceship Earth, the big ball.
Yeah, the big ball.
Which seems like a fun ride through history until you get trapped at the end for 22 minutes watching a fucking video about drilling for petroleum products in Alaska.
Yeah, it felt very, it felt like very Exxon-y or what, it felt like or BP or somebody was paying for this.
Very much so.
Yeah.
And that pissed me off to no end. And I remember going out of that, and then there was a whole pavilion like around the lakes, and they were like the different countries. None of them had anything. There was nothing there, no people, no signs, nothing.
Yeah.
And I remember standing there with me and my mom and my dad, and we got like a 3-day pass. And my dad's like, "What do you guys want to do?" You know, this was like, so first day was at Disney World, second day was at Epcot. This was like, I don't know, an hour, hour and a half into it. What do you want to do? We're going back to Disney, Dad.
Yeah.
We'll see you over there.
We were kind of that way too. Yeah, I remember
We'll see you at
Morocco.
midnight for the Main Street Parade. You know?
Yeah, I remember us going to Morocco. I remember, like...
So then you must have been there after us.
Yeah, we weren't there till like 84, 85, 84, somewhere in there.
We may have gone in 82, 83, maybe.
Yeah, France was cooking, but not, I mean, it was crowded, but it was just like bake shops and pastry places and wine. And then you go to the next place, Morocco was kind of, and these dancers came out in Morocco.
Did they have like tables and chairs where you could sit down and eat or something?
Yeah.
Okay,
But I was kind of young, and I was kind of like, all right, this is cool, the buildings look cool, it's like a movie set.
Maybe when I was there, they had like one or two of those sort of things, but like it was like you can get coffee. Maybe it was like some Moroccan coffee place or something. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah, and then I remember waiting for a mascot to come out, and it was like, like I think I sat in like Morocco or something like that, and then all of a sudden Minnie came out in like some weird dress, and it was like,
she's just on her way back from lunch. She's got to punch in.
Yeah, it's like I waited a half hour for Minnie.
Just pass it through.
Right. Yeah.
Hi, kids.
Yeah. And then the kids actually, since it's hot out, and he waits there for like 3 minutes. Hi, Minnie.
Finishes the smoke, puts the head on, and
yeah.
So he's trudging through Epcot to get back to the real
Epcot
park.
was kind of lame, in the 80s.
Yeah, at that point, yeah.
But the tram rides were cool. Whatever, it was fine, whatever.
All right, let's kick into it.
Let's do it. Music.
Oh boy, I mean.
Well, let's do TV first because you said TV stunk.
Yeah, TV.
Stinked.
Well, it's not that. It's just that. You know what I do? I look at what was there, and then what's new and what's different. And the thing is these all overlap. So it's the fall '80 to spring '81, and it's the fall '81 to spring '82. Anyway, so these are the shows that are different from last time.
Sure.
Mostly everything is the same. The only new ones we get is a show called Gloria. Oh,
that was a spinoff, wasn't it?
All in the Family spinoff.
Oh, yeah, with the Sally Struthers.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she was the big rage because Sally Struthers and the Starving Kids in Africa and stuff like that. Wasn't she like doing that? So everyone loved her.
Yeah. Oh my God. And then she did the Thigh Master.
Yeah, she was the media darling. Everyone liked her for a short time.
The Thigh Master. That was Suzanne Summers. All right. Anyway, that only makes me laugh. The two new shows. A-Team.
Oh, that was kind of a big deal. Yeah, because Mr. T was popping on the scene then. Now, Mr. T was that was when we first saw Mr. T, maybe. Unless there was something he appeared in a commercial.
That was when Mr. T was, I think, popping up in like guest spots in like Different Strokes and shit like that.
You're right. And then he was like on a Tonka truck ad or something. There's like a Tonka truck thing or something like, "Drive the tough as nails."
Yeah. So it's like nothing concrete. But then in '83,
he's on the A-Team. Yeah.
Well, no, in '82 he's on the A-Team.
Yeah.
Then '83 he's in Rocky 3. We'll get there.
Yeah.
Or Rocky 4, whatever.
Yeah,
it is. Whatever it is, I forget. Anyway, so A-Team was out in '82. That was new. Everything else is the same. Falcon's Crest, Dynasty, Magnum P.I., Happy Days still kicking around in there, Dukes of Hazzard still making an appearance. And the other new one, Newhart.
Oh, Bob Newhart. Now, is this the one where they're in the ski lodge in Denver? With Larry, Daryl, and Daryl?
It was a bed and breakfast in Vermont.
Oh, okay, yeah, Vermont. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, with Larry, Daryl, and Daryl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was kind of cool. It was kind of slow and sleepy, and it was something my parents liked, but I liked it as a kid. I don't remember it ever being funny, but I enjoyed watching it.
No, it was funny. It was funny.
What?
That was the whole night they had was the remember the Newhart, the Designing Women. They had
Designing Women. Delta Burke was a big thing. Designing
Murphy
Women.
Brown.
Murphy Brown, yeah.
There was one other one that they would do. It was like a CB. It was like Monday nights. It was like nothing to watch on Mondays, and
Yeah, so you just stay on that channel and watch.
like
all
I said,
four.
CBS has been killing it lately. Weird. Anyway, so that's it. That's TV. That's what's new. Got Gloria, All in the Family spinoff, Newhart, his second series, and the A-Team. Remember the whole
Not a bad run. You know,
Yeah.
when you think about it, though, you go, if all four of those shows appeared now, we wouldn't watch Gloria, but we'd watch A-Team, or we'd laugh at it. You know, Newhart, that's okay. All right,
Yeah.
it's not bad. All right.
If A-Team showed up done in a way that was interesting, people would watch. They'd be
Yeah.
like, what's all this then? You know?
You're right, yeah. It would be too hey bro-y now, though.
No, yeah.
Too over the top. It was kind of tongue-in-cheek then, which was kind of nice, because it had the production value of like Chips or something like that.
Well, the thing was, everything the first couple of years of the 80s was all about coming to
car
terms
crash.
with Vietnam War.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So, they're all ex-military.
And ex-military, what do? They become private eyes, or they solve crime because they don't quite fit in.
I think in the intro they called themselves Soldiers of Fortune.
Oh, there we go. Yep, there it is. Soldiers of Fortune,
Which is a
mercenaries,
mercenary.
friends for hire. Yeah.
Right? Okay. So that's fun. You want to talk music real quick?
Well, let's do it. Let's do it because now, like I said, now we're merging. We're MTV and we got the radio. So I don't know. At that point, will we turn off the radio?
It is interesting.
TV on the radio on the TV.
Radio on the internet. If you watch Silicon Valley. Yeah, let me get my. There's that.
I know what the big release was, which made the headlines
here
when
we go.
I was searching.
So once again, kind of like I predicted, the music charts. This is the Billboard Hot 100. Seem to be, and then we'll do a medal list because it's pretty great. But so the mainstream seems to be half and half, the sort of bullshit that was, and then the MTV shit starting to really come in.
All right, and they're taking over the charts.
Yeah, and you'll tell.
All right, let's do it quick.
Yeah, okay.
Let's nail it.
Number 1, Physical, Olivia Newton-John.
All right.
Eye of the Tiger, Survivor.
Ah, okay.
I Love Rock and Roll, Joan Jett and the Blackhearts.
Oh, now, okay. Now that one's truly living in both worlds because that's 70-ish, late 70-ish, and that's MTV.
So is this one, Ebony and Ivory, McCartney and Michael Jackson.
Oh yeah, and SNL did the spoof of that too, so therefore it's to get an extra wings, no pun intended.
Centerfold, Jay Giles Band.
I like it.
MTV.
I like that Jay Giles band.
But that's a total MTV. That's not getting radio play.
No, that's total MTV.
That's an
yeah,
MTV
they
one.
played that once an hour.
Don't You Want Me by the Human League.
That was MTV.
Total MTV. Jack and Diane, John Cougar.
Yeah, that was MTV too. Middle America Radio.
Hurts So Good, John Cougar.
Wow, he's on to two.
Yep.
He was a big deal though.
He was in 82.
Yeah, before the Mellencamp.
Abracadabra, Steve Miller.
Okay.
Hard to Say I'm Sorry, Chicago. Tainted Love, Soft Cell. MTV. Chariots of Fire, Vangelis. From the movie. Yeah. Hard in My Heart, Quarter Flash. That's just
All right, yeah, that had a cool
that's just
sax
from
solo.
radio.
I like the sax solo in that one.
Rosanna, Toto. They
Okay,
had a
yeah,
music
that's
video.
timeless, still holds up to this day.
They had an early music video.
Yeah.
I Can't Go For That. No, I can't do Hall Notes. Okay. 8675309, Tommy Two-Tone.
All right, Tommy Two-Tone.
Key Largo by Bertie Higgins?
I thought that was the Beach Boys.
No idea. You Should Hear About How She Talks About You, Melissa Manchester. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's like weird 70s AM radio bullshit leaking over.
I've been waiting for a girl like you. Foreigner. Don't Talk to Strangers, Rick Springfield.
Huh?
Don't Talk to Strangers, Rick Springfield.
Yeah. Because once again, now Rick Springfield's huge. Keep in mind, Rick Springfield's popping because he's on General Hospital. You know,
That's true. That's
and every woman loves him.
And he just put his album out.
Yeah.
So, Juice Newton, The Sweetest Thing, whatever. Willie Nelson, Always on My Mind.
All right. Yeah, AM radio crossover.
The Cars, Shake It Up. MTV.
Yeah.
Let It Whip, the Daz Band.
Oh,
We Got the Beat, the Go-Go's. The Other Woman, Ray Parker. Turn Your Love Around, George Benson.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
Sweet Dreams, Air Supply. Only the Lonely by the Motels.
Oh, yeah.
That was an early music video. Who Can It Be Now? Men at Work.
All right.
Hold Me, Fleetwood Mac. Eye in the Sky, Make Her a Rule. Alan Parsons Project. Let's Groove, Earth, Wind, and Fire. Let's groove, burn up.
Okay, yeah, that's roller skating. Leftovers.
Yeah, it is. Open Arms, Journey.
Of course, Journey. Yeah, we forgot about Journey.
I'm going to start skipping some. Leather and Lace, Stevie Nicks, Don Henley. Even the Nights Are Better, Air Supply. I've Never Been to Me by Charlene. Yeah, Heat of the Moment, Asia, MTV. Pac-Man Fever, Buckner Garcia.
Pac-Man Fever.
FM radio
I remember
bullshit.
that thing. I forgot about that shit song.
Yeah.
Because Pac-Man was all the rage the year before, so everyone's loving Pac-Man. So they have to have a song, Pac-Man Fever. Oh.
Private Eyes, Hall & Oates.
Okay.
Freeze Frame, Jay Giles Band.
Right, yeah. Jay Giles Band had like 2 or 3 in a row.
Do You Believe in Love, Huey Lewis and the News. Starting a trend.
you
They're
and I
going
are
to be
Huey
around for a
fans.
while.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, recently, did you see somebody was interviewing Chris, the guitar player from Huey Lewis and the News?
Oh, he's still the same guy?
Well, he hasn't
Just
been
like
doing
young
music
jockey
for
did
forever.
with feathered hair?
Yeah, he's just a fucking dad of teens somewhere.
Huh.
He's
Is he playing?
Not really, but he was sitting there with a guitar and he's like, "Oh, here's how I wrote that song," and he busted down everything. He's like, "Here's how it worked,"
Ooh, that'd be fun.
Because he's like, there were times people walked in and go, "Chris, we need a hit, go," and he goes, "Na, na, 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 na." He starts playing "Do You Believe in Love," you know what I mean? And it's just like 10 minutes later,
He's
they got
great.
a song.
Yeah.
He's like, "Pff." Yeah, he breaks down the publishing. Yeah, that dude's great. Let me see. Anything else?
Oh, you're missing the obvious here. But maybe it's just because MTV played it.
Stuff like Crimson and Clover, Joan Jett and the Blackhearts. Every little
Right.
thing she does is Magic by the Police. But we're getting down here. We're in the 80s now. You know what I mean? Vacation, The Go-Go's. Oh Pretty Woman by Van Halen. Hot in the City by Billy Idol. Kids in America by Kim Wilde. Waiting on a Friend, Rolling Stones. Working for the Weekend, Loverboy.
Yeah, they were big.
Arthur's Theme from Christopher Cross.
Ugh. But here you're missing the obvious. The one that said Michael Jackson Thriller came out.
Yeah,
Thriller. Come on, that was the biggest thing. They're playing that every other hour. Top of the hour on MTV.
I don't see it here on the billboard.
Thriller was the big fucking sell. Unless
Yeah,
maybe
you're right.
the billboards don't reflect it because it was late in the season or something, or I don't know.
Yeah, or maybe it didn't really blow up till '83. Maybe he put it out in like December.
Or it could have been one of those, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so real quick, fun stuff in '82. This list is pretty good. I got a couple. These are metal albums that came out in '82. Yeah. This is probably the best list, but Iron Maiden, Number of the Beast.
Number of the Beast was 82.
82.
Wow.
First one with Bruce Dickinson. To me, that's the classic lineup with Clive Burr on drums. I know Nico McBrain is great and all, but I love Number of the Beast.
Yeah, and I like the mix on it too. The mix
Yes.
is nice and tight and not so
It's
echoey.
not super high.
Yeah, there's not a lot. Yeah,
tech
it's just perfect. Yeah, it's the perfect Iron Maiden album.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah, it really is. Good songs, really great production. The band's slaying it. Judas Priest, Screaming for Vengeance.
I remember that one. Yes, I had the cassette.
Got Another Thing Coming.
Scorpions. Hellion Electric Eye was really good. What?
Scorpions, Blackout.
Oh yeah, my brother was a huge Scorpions fan. I wasn't because I thought they were weird because they're German.
Yeah, I wasn't a huge Scorpion fan, but when that song "No One Like You" came out on MTV,
Yeah.
that was like,
And the song Blackout was really good too.
Oh, yeah.
The
I like-
riff
I like
from Blackout.
Blackout.
Yeah, because I always liked their guitar tones. Like I always thought for guitar players, I was like, man, these Schenker guys are killing.
yeah, it was, yeah. Yeah, I didn't mind a couple of those albums, and definitely, up through like '85 and Worldwide Live and all that sort of shit. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, they always held their own. Scorpions,
Yeah, I didn't have anything against Scorpions.
Other than his voice was a little weird and he pronounced things weird, but no, other than that.
Black Sabbath, Live Evil.
Okay.
Asia. Not really a metal album, but
I had that record. Yeah.
I still like Asia.
Yeah, that was one of those ones I bought with my allowance. I bought the cassette. The one with the dragon on the cover?
Yeah, that's the one. Remember that song, Soul Survivor?
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, it's a good song. I like that. Toto, 4, came out in 1982. Sure. Once again, not a metal album, but legendary album. Great fucking musicians.
Yeah, and metalheads love it. Because Toto is the prog.
Steve Lukather is one of the best guitar players. He is one of the top session guys. So if you ever see, he hangs out with like Rick Beato. And so Lukather's hanging out with Beato, and he's telling stories about sessions he did, dropping shit.
I know. I go into Lukather rabbit holes twice a year.
Yeah.
He's a fun interview.
Yeah. Kiss, Creatures of the Night.
Ew, really?
Yeah, 82. Okay. I Love It Loud. Yeah. Except Restless and Wild.
Oh, Restless and Wild. This is pre-Balls to the Wall. Balls to the Wall ain't not hitting yet, is it?
Not quite.
All right. Okay. So we're talking Restless and Wild, but I remember, they're there. Except came in at the same time.
Talk about
Scorpions.
Talk about weird German band,
Yeah.
But they were around the late '70s.
But I feel like German. Okay. Now let's tie this together. Could the influx of German music, and a lot of it metal, be happening because the tear down the wall, the whole Eastern Bloc United States, or the whole Reagan thing?
That didn't happen until 1989.
Really? Yep. Okay. I was just wondering because there was.
When you say Germany, technically, West Germany or West Berlin.
Okay. All right. So yeah, but something was happening over there that it was just like they were having their little renaissance of art.
They wanted freedom.
Too. Huh?
They wanted freedom.
All right, and they're writing about it in their music.
Yep. Michael Schenker Group, One Night in Budokan, Gary Moore, Corridors of Power, Rush, Signals, White Snake, Saints and Sinners, Ozzy, Speak of the Devil. That was my first Ozzy album. Speak of the Devil. Michael Schenker Group again, Assault Attack. Settle down, dude. You're trying a little too hard.
Yeah, but the Schenker brothers, one's in Scorpions. He's the Schenker brothers. They're coming out of UFO. They're
Michael Schenker was in Scorpions, and I don't know if him and his brother were in there or his brother replaced him. I don't know.
Yeah, that's the whole thing.
Diamond Head, Borrowed Time.
Diamond Head, yeah, they were classic.
Venom, Black Metal. Y&T, Black Tiger.
Wow, Y&T. That was that's before Summertime Girls and all that bullshit. We're talking Y&T when they had the half name there, Years of Tomorrow. They're called, but then they shortened it to Y&T as a marketing thing.
Which I heard them say at the time meant young and talented, and that's what I thought the band always was.
No, I knew there was '70s kind of weird, leak over.
Yeah. Rainbow, straight between the eyes.
Okay.
Discharge, hear nothing, see nothing, say nothing. I don't know what that is.
I don't know either.
Triumph, Never Surrender.
Canadian Triumph, okay.
REO Speedwagon, Good Trouble, I guess.
Of course.
Motorhead, Iron Fist.
Devil's Whip, the Iron Fist.
Oh, yeah. Alice Cooper, Dada.
Of course.
Manowar's Battle Hymn.
Oh, Manowar.
Blue Oyster Cult, Extraterrestrial Live. I know. Here's a few interesting ones. Night Ranger, Dawn Patrol.
Oh, is that still Rockin' America one?
Don't Tell Me You Love Me.
Oh, Don't Tell Me You Love. Okay, yeah, but Brad Gillis, the reason he's there, because Brad Gillis was filling in for Ozzy after the Randy Rhoads death.
No, they're all there. Jeff Watson, Brad Gillis, Jack Blades playing bass and singing, Kelly Keegy, and then the beardy guy playing keys. Yeah,
so that's what. Yeah, so they're probably popping a little bit on their own, and that's why he was probably the most viable get.
Yeah. Well, no, those guys were a band. They pulled Brad Gillis from Night Ranger to do the Ozzy gigs and do the Speak of the Devil, just put out an album. And then he went back to Night Ranger.
Yeah, Night Ranger.
Van Halen, Diver Down.
Heavily on the cover tunes, but... Okay.
Well, yeah. I think we talked about that early on. Yeah. Anvil, Metal on Metal. Survivor, Eye of the Tiger. Vandenberg, Led Zeppelin, Coda. Twisted Sister, Under the Blade.
Oh.
Uriah Heep, Abominog, whatever the fuck.
Shit sandwich.
Demon, The Unexpected Guest, UFO, Mechanics, Aerosmith, Rockin' a Hard Place, Witchfinder General, Death Penalty.
Witchfinder General?
Love that album.
Yeah, I forgot about that one. Yeah.
Yep, love Death Penalty. Girl School, Screaming Blue Murder, Budgie, Deliver Us from Evil, Queen, Hot Space, Riot, Restless Breed, Tank, Filth, I don't know Tank, Heavy Load, I don't know them, Loudness, Devil Soldier, whatever.
Loudness.
More Alice Cooper, TNT's album, TNT. This is just, I don't know, The Exploded, Virgin Steel, Manila Road, I don't know. Fuck if I know.
Yeah, a lot of those, there would have been things my brother and my brother's friends were listening to, and I only got the mainstream ones that were ending up on MTV,
Yeah, I'm going to cross-reference this list, see if there's anything that we missed off the other list. No, Death Penalty,
Because, I remember my brother having an Anvil record, or I remember him having, Tigers of Pantang and shit like that, but that was kind of it's a little corny for me.
Crocus, One Vice at a Time came out.
Crocus, early Crocus. They were a thing.
Yeah, no, that's pretty much
Not
the
a
metal
bad
shit of 82.
metal list, though. No. If you're a metalhead and if you had those vinyls right now, you'd go, all right. It's a scroll through the history books. Nothing great, nothing land-breaking, but all right.
I did for vinyl, because this is how old we were. So originally when I got into metal, it was vinyl. So I had, I believe I had Number the Beast, maybe, on vinyl. Yeah. I definitely had the first 2 Def Leppard albums. I had Shout at the Devil.
Probably had the Kiss one, right? We had Kiss Alive.
I didn't.
We always had the Kiss Alive, the double one.
Yeah, I didn't. I don't know.
No one we liked as a kid. We were metalheads, but we actually, it's going to sound kooky, there's a live record of Ted Nugent, Double Live Gonzo.
No, I never liked Ted Nugent.
I hate him to this day, but at the time, when I was a young, that shit was pretty popping. It was pretty fun. It was pretty rocking,
To me, it's just holdover late 70s fucking.
It was 70s, yeah.
Southern rock bullshit. What's next? Molly Hatchet? I'm out. I don't care.
Yeah.
REO Speedwagon's pushing it. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
For me, for my taste. I wasn't interested in that old shit. I like the new wave stuff. I like the new MTV stuff. I like the second wave of metal. I like the funk stuff. I like the funk.
Yeah, but MTV, I can't believe, but maybe MTV was cooking, but maybe, I don't know, maybe we were just TV heads, so we were aware, but maybe, was it as mainstream as we think?
What?
MTV.
I think it really depends on if you had cable or not. My girlfriend says she never had cable during the 80s.
Yeah, that's kind of what Tina would say. Tina was, she's about 6 years younger than me, so she was young. So to her, it was just always there.
Yeah. And I'm sure it was huge, at the time. Once MTV kicked on, it basically kind of took over culture for 10, 12, 15 years.
Yeah. But I remember those first couple of years, it did seem very low budget and grainy. And then they repeated stuff a lot, and the commercials were horrible, But, at least it was the influx of music. So it was almost like my brother would bring home, say, Joan Jett and the Blackhearts record, and I'm looking at it front to cover, and then all of a sudden, the Joan Jett video's on. She's wearing the same outfit as that.
The thing is, back then, it was very much like that. And then also, you turn on Letterman, and she's on Letterman.
Yeah.
Playing the song. And then next week, she's on fucking, Carson or something.
Yeah, so it was really getting the visual with the sound and everything, all the neurons are firing in my brain, like, whoa.
She's playing the Today Show. It's like fucking everywhere.
Yeah.
That's how they did it back then. The shit was everywhere. That's how they made stars.
Yeah.
It's got ubiquitous. Everybody knows Joan Jett.
Yeah.
Okay, so moving on. 1982. Let's fucking hit these movies.
There's a lot of movies. I know what one you're going to say, too. There's a pretty biggie.
It's a bonanza of movies. You want us to go for the number one movie, 1982?
Oh, I think I know. Elliot. E.T.
Phone at home with the Reese's Pieces.
And the Reese's Pieces were popping.
Yep.
But yes.
321 million. Wow. This may have been the first time a movie broke 300 million.
And oddly enough, other than the Reese's Pieces, without, Star Wars was
there was not a lot of marketing on it.
And not a lot of toys, because, I mean,
No.
E.T. was not very likable visually. I mean, you might see a stuffed animal here and there, but
Honestly, they played it like Jaws, where you saw very little.
yeah, they didn't give it away too quick, thank God.
Yeah.
You know?
They really kept it kind of a secret. Like, it was almost like one of those, like, you know, somebody who saw the movie, they'd be like, have you seen it? And you go, no, I haven't seen it. Tell me about it. Like, no, you need to
Yeah.
see it. You're
Or
like, "What?"
you'd be like, they'd have the picture of the moon, the full moon, with the kid riding the bike across the full moon, and you'd be like, what's that?
Or later you see the
What?
fingers, and you're like, what's going on here?
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, everybody's like, you need to experience
Yeah, I can't even describe to you what's going to happen when you see the moon.
I remember seeing it at the theater on a family vacation down in Northern Virginia. And as we're walking in, I see the theater next door has Poltergeist 2. And I'm like, oh no, Poltergeist.
Oh, the original Poltergeist,
Yeah, the
yes.
original Poltergeist.
Yes. Poltergeist 2 is kind of,
No.
yeah.
But it might have been, no, might have been Poltergeist. All right, anyway. Okay, E.T.
Does Poltergeist make this list?
I don't know, let's find out.
All right.
Number 2 movie, want to guess it?
Well, if you're going E.T., you gotta say, well, I mean, let's see. It's gotta be a Spielberg, right?
No.
No?
Spielberg was E.T. What are
All
you talking
right.
about?
Well, a Lucas Star Wars. Was there any kind of Star Wars thing cooking?
There always is. Okay, let me break it down for you. 1982, we had Rocky 3.
Oh, Rocky. That's right. Hence why Eye of the Tiger's on the charts.
Right, and because Mr. T is huge now.
Clubber Lang.
Right. So he's so there's all that. Okay, On Golden Pond, which came out December 4th, 1981. This has to be, I mean, it just seems like this thing's been around for a long time. Like, go away. Go away. Enough already. I think last time it was down in the middle of the list. This must be after it won the Oscar. Now it's number 3.
On Golden Pond, fuck off. Yeah.
Bite me. Number 4, An Officer and a Gentleman.
All right.
Porky's, number 5.
Ooh, Porky's, yeah. I saw that on MTV.
Porky's
on HBO. Later.
Showtime.
Was it Showtime?
I
Yeah.
think Showtime had it. I think it was like an MGMD.
I mean, if you watch Porky's nowadays, it's very problematic. It's very, like, huh?
And it was problematic then.
Uh-huh.
It was problematic back then.
Yeah, our parents, you're never going to go see Porky's. That filth. It's trash. You know.
I don't know what the fuck they were watching. They have no idea about anything.
Yeah.
They just fall victim to yappity yap.
Yeah.
Number 6, Star Wars, A New Hope. Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope. This must be a re-release.
Oh, yeah. Didn't they add like an extra scene in it or something like that? There was something I remember as a kid they added, or they fixed up like the cantina scene, or there's something
No,
they
that was
added.
later. That was in the 90s when it came out on
Was
VHS.
it? Okay,
yeah.
all right.
Yeah, they added a bunch of scenes and stuff. Number 7, Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan.
That one was good. Yeah, my brother and I went to see that one.
Yeah.
Still can't get you the earwig in the ear is still haunts me to this day.
So good. Number 8, Poltergeist.
Of course, Poltergeist.
74 mil.
Got a whole bit on this one. Yeah.
Poltergeist is a great movie.
It hit all the marks. It really hit all the marks. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
And pacing wise, even though it took a while to get the weight was good because there's a lot of action once.
that thing creates a world and pulls you into it. It's fucking cool.
It does. Yeah.
All right, Best Little Whorehouse in Texas.
Oh, okay.
Chariots of Fire.
All right.
Annie.
All right.
Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Oh, still hanging in there from last year.
From June 81.
Solid movie though.
Of course. I mean, solid fucking movie to this day.
Yeah.
You could watch first Star Wars, Raiders of the Lost Ark.
It's got everything.
Back to the Future.
It's got romance. It's got action. It's got Nazis. It's got explosions.
Solid
it's got
movies.
supernatural.
Soup to nuts. Just
Yeah.
top-notch movie cinema. Firefox. Remember this one? Ooh. Clint Eastwood steals a high-tech airplane. Oh, I saw it in the theater.
Yeah.
It was fucking lame.
Yeah, I don't think I saw it though.
The only cool thing in it was a fucking stupid plane. All right, First Blood.
Rambo.
Very first Rambo movie.
Wow. At the same time as Rocky 3.
Same time as Rocky 3. It makes 43 mil on probably a $3 million budget.
Yep. And he's height of his power then, because Rocky's
Now
hitting
he's in the height of his power. After this.
Yeah, Stallone's a big deal.
First Blood, he's got the Rocky thing. Now he's cranked out 3 Rockies.
Oh.
The third one's doing huge now, and then he cranks out First Blood.
Oh.
Yep. Tootsie.
Oh, yeah, Dustin Hoffman.
Classic, 1982.
Yeah.
Conan the Barbarian.
All right, now we're seeing Arnold. Hi, Arnold.
Classic, 1982. The Sword and the Sorcerer, the Disney. Animated.
Okay.
Right.
Animated version.
Friday the 13th, Part 3. Oh, wow. In 3D.
Oh, I still remember the popcorn part. You know, it was like
I remember the fireplace poker. You know.
Yeah, the popcorn. Oh God, I know. I sat in there with those dumb glasses on, waiting for something to do it, and it was
next
like
year. All the third movies are in 3D next year.
Oh yeah.
If it's a number 3 movie, it's in 3D.
And not very good 3D.
Oh.
It was just gratuitous.
Yeah, their idea of 3D was breaking the plane coming forward to mess with you, rather than what they do now, which is just making the depth of field better.
Right. Yeah, they're so dumb back then.
Yeah. Anyway, okay. Richard Pryor, Live on the Sunset Strip.
Okay.
Young Doctors in Love. Richard Pryor again, The Toy.
Oh yeah. Well, he's a big deal right now.
He is a big deal right now.
Yeah, and he's already done. His specials are huge. His records are huge. He's the hugest comedian in the world, and he's done all those the
Gene Wilder ones.
Gene Wilder stuff. So yeah, he's the big
Silver
star in the world.
Streak and Stir Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. The Toy, The World According to Garp.
Oh yeah, I saw that in the theater too. Yeah, that's how I met John Lithgow.
John Lithgow, yep.
And yeah.
Yep. Robin Williams doing drama. Reds, Warren Beatty, blah, blah, blah. Okay, classic, 1982. Blade Runner.
Oh, Blade Runner. Okay, see, I'm late to the party on Blade Runner. I never saw Blade Runner back then. Never saw it in the 90s. It was like 2010 when I finally saw Blade Runner.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know why I never got around to it. My brother and all them would talk about it, and I just never got around to it. I just never saw it. I don't know why. You think it's worth it?
What?
Blade Runner?
Back then it was amazing.
Yeah?
Back then it became the reference for sci-fi futuristic.
Yeah.
I mean, it was textually what everybody was like aspiring to. You know what I mean? The way it was crazy high tech, but very run of the mill about it.
Yeah, it was high tech meets post apocalyptic meets had a little bit of everything.
It was very dense with ideas, and visually it had a very striking look to it. Story was kind of inscrutable, where you're like you get it, okay, he's like a private eye, he's hunting down replicants, okay, but the real mechanics of the characters and how it plays out, it's subtle, it's weird, and maybe it's because
it's young Harrison Ford too.
Yeah, and maybe it's because it was the movie studio tinkered with the edit or whatever. And I've got the director's cut version on DVD or Blu-ray or some shit like that or whatever. But I mean,
worth it?
I haven't really revisited it that much. Maybe it might be worth it for you and I to watch the director's cut of Blade Runner.
Huh.
And I actually have the sequel, the Blade Runner 2049 that they put out a couple years ago. I own it on Blu-ray. I've never watched it.
Really?
No.
I've never seen it.
No. So, if you wanted to, we could maybe...
well, all right. What, they made a sequel? Was that Ryan Reynolds or some shit?
Ryan...
Gosling?
Gosling.
Sorry about the coughing, guys. Okay.
All right, keep at it. You're getting better. All right. 1982 classic, Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Oh, God, classic. That movie hits all the 80s tropes, the mall, the relationships,
sort of.
the music.
I mean, it establishes some of the tropes. It is very much a late 70s movie, honestly.
True. But that to me is how things felt all
Yes.
the time when I think back when I was a kid.
Yeah, and in places like Erie that are way behind the times, yes.
Yeah, because we were behind the times. Yeah, that's why.
Because we were dealing with a lot of the late 70s, like that whole older generation. I mean, those are the guys that would, get us beer or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Tron.
Oh, I was wondering because of the, okay. Tron, yeah.
Yep,
and the video game.
I mean, way ahead of its time, classic. 48 Hours.
48 hours. Is that
Eddie Murphy, Nick Nolte.
That's what I was thinking. I was picturing Nick Nolte's
Directed by Walter Hill, who directed The Warriors.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And actually, I think it was supposed to be. Richard Pryor. I think it was supposed to be Pryor in that.
Really?
Yeah.
But Eddie Murphy got the gig, huh?
Well,
I think I'm dying.
I think Pryor had an incident with, freebasing cocaine and lighting himself on fire.
Well, that'll do it.
Yeah. So yeah, went to Eddie Murphy. Star-making performance.
Thank God for Eddie Murphy, right? Yeah.
I mean, the scene where he's in the country western bar. Can you imagine Richard Pryor doing it?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Anyway, Richard Pryor wrote Blazing Saddles with Mel Brooks, but the studio wouldn't let him do it. They wouldn't let him star in it. All right. Another 1982 classic. Mad Max 2, The Road Warrior.
The Road Warrior.
Talk about, once again, like Blade Runner, stylistically is a template for a lot of the 80s. A lot of the stuff you see in the 80s fashion-wise, the sort of trashed future look, it's coming from Mad Max,
Yes.
The Road Warrior.
Yeah.
Mad Max 2, The Road Warrior. I just knew it as The Road Warrior. And then I'm watching the movie and I go, what's that movie called Mad Max? Is this a sequel? Like, what's happening?
Yeah, I just called it Mad Max.
In Australia, they called it Mad Max 2. Here, they call it The Road Warrior because nobody saw fucking Mad Max.
Yeah.
And like me, I saw The Road Warrior and I go, there's a movie called Mad Max. And then you go back and watch that and you go, oh, that's not very interesting.
Yeah, that kind of stinks.
So anyway, Victor Victoria. If you remember that one, there you go.
No.
The Dark Crystal.
Oh, yeah, okay, Dark Crystal. Now we're talking David Bowie's film debut.
That's Labyrinth. That's 85.
Oh, okay. I got confused there.
This is Dark Crystal. This is the Gelflings, the Skeksis.
The Gelflings, yes. Jim Henson, a dark version of the Muppets. Yeah, trying to darken up this, using them. But that's cool. That was good. That was a good departure. Good idea. I'm surprised they haven't remade that.
Are you kidding?
What, did they?
Yeah, on Netflix like 3 years ago.
No way.
They made a series.
Really?
Yes.
Was it any good?
I don't know.
Oh, I didn't get the memo on that one.
Yeah. It's like...
Did they use Muppets?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's like 6 episodes or something.
Wow. I wonder how dark they made it. And did they use CGI or did they use Muppets? That would be cool if they used Muppets and stayed away from CGI.
I think they did. Because they're like, that's the whole point.
Well, let's look at it.
They're like, we could animate it, but, fucking Muppets.
Yeah, let's pay homage to the
And
Muppets.
physical sets,
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Star Wars Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back.
Sure.
21 mil.
Selling strong.
Third Cheech and Chong movie, Things Are Tough All Over.
Of course.
Cranking them out.
Every year.
Cranking them
One
out.
a year.
Yeah.
Busy.
1982 classic. I love this movie. Night Shift.
Oh, wasn't that? Oh, yeah, Night Shift. Who was in that?
Henry Winkler, Shelley Long, Michael Keaton.
Oh, yeah.
Bill Blazejowski.
Yeah, wasn't she a hooker? And
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And they worked at the morgue.
Yeah.
Michael Keaton always had the voice recorder.
Yeah. Wow.
He's like, note
boy.
to self.
I haven't seen that forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great movie. Night Shift is great. I love that movie. It's a good time. Taps. Came out in 1981. Still hanging around.
Yeah.
Go away.
Vietnam bullshit.
Quest for Fire.
That's the caveman movie, isn't it?
Yeah, with Daryl Hannah.
Yeah.
There's like no actual dialogue. It's just grunting.
Right. But Daryl Hannah, that's her debut where everyone goes, wow, she's so hot.
No, is it her debut? Maybe it is.
She might have been in something before that, but I mean, Daryl Hannah started appearing in things beyond that. This was her, because she was the hottest thing in the movie, was seeing her
Maybe
naked.
it was. Oh, was that it? Yeah. Because she was in Splash. I don't remember Splash showing up on any of these lists.
Well, Splash, I don't think it's come there yet.
Splash was one of the first movies released by Disney under the Touchstone banner.
Yeah, so that might be coming next
year. She's known
year
for being naked. I mean,
Well, assume naked,
I guess. I mean, yeah. All right. Anyway, Airplane 2.
Airplane 2?
Airplane 2, the sequel.
Okay.
Leaning into the fact that everybody's making sequels now. The Beach Girls. Not sure what that is. Some kind of hero?
Don't know what that is.
Is that a Richard Pryor one?
It can't be. Some kind of hero.
Six Pack. Kenny Rogers inherits 6 kids.
Oh, God.
Who knows? Creep Show, 1982.
Creepshow. Oh, that was like from the movie.
The movie.
Wow.
Creepshow,
Creepshow,
1982.
I remember it. No, didn't Ted Danson was the one where he buried the in the
Ted
sand?
Danson was in it. That was the one with Leslie Nielsen.
Oh yeah, and didn't John Lithgow have the thing in it when he was in the plane and the monster was on a plane ripping apart the?
That's Twilight Zone, the movie.
Oh, okay, all right.
Which I believe is next year. So Creepshow, 82.
Yeah, Creepshow was all right.
Yeah. Oh, Creepshow's great. Best Friends, I'm not sure what that is. Death Trap. Do you remember this one?
No.
I just bought this one off Amazon a couple weeks ago.
What?
This is based off a play.
Okay.
It's Michael Caine, Christopher Reeves, Diane Cannon, and a little old lady playing Helga Tendorf, the psychic next door.
I don't know this one.
Oh, it's a stage play by Ira Levin. It's a murder mystery stage play sort of thing.
Wow.
And they made it into a movie. I remember seeing this on HBO when I was like 10. I always sort of dug it.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. It's sort of slow moving, but it's interesting. Dead Men Don't Wear Plaid.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Steve Martin, second movie? This is the one where he took old 1930s gangster stuff and he spliced himself into it?
You're right. Yeah, I have a movie poster of this.
Do you?
Yeah, I found it in the
Because he did, what was the previous one that he did from last year?
The Jerk.
No. Well, actually, yeah, you're right. That was 79.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Okay, I love this movie. My favorite year, 1982. Remember this at all?
Oh, what? It's called My Favorite Year?
Called My Favorite Year. 1982.
I don't know. It doesn't ring a bell to me.
It's set in a 1930s radio station. Remember fucking Perfect Strangers? Balky?
Oh, yeah.
Remember his cousin, Larry?
Okay, yeah.
All right, that guy's name is Mark Lynn Baker.
Okay, I know him, all right.
Was it Mark Lynn Baker? Let's say it was Mark Lynn Baker. Is the main character.
Sure.
He is trying to produce one of those live 1930s radio shows. With the guest star, well, the show is like a Sid Caesar type show.
Yeah.
And the Sid Caesar character is played by Joseph Bologna.
Okay.
So he's just like Sid Caesar. He's a comedy legend. He's a fucking strong guy. He's like a tough guy, right? The guest star that week is a big movie actor from England. That's Peter O'Toole. Oh. And he's a fucking drunk. And so it's this stage manager kid trying to keep Peter O'Toole sober enough to do the live radio show.
Fun premise, okay.
Yeah, my favorite year. Huh. I love that movie. It's a good
right.
time. National Lampoon's Class Reunion. This is only notable because Anthony Kiedis' dad is in it.
Anthony Kiedis from the Chili Peppers?
Yep.
Okay, his dad?
His dad is an actor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The Verdict, Paul Newman. Lawyer courtroom stuff. Death Wish 2. Missing.
Bronson?
Yeah. Missing, I don't know what that is. Zapped. Remember this one?
Oh, it sounds familiar.
This was Scott Baio. Scott Baio, Willie Ames.
Oh,
He gets the telekinesis.
Yeah,
Heather Thomas?
There's a lot of bras being popped open, wasn't it?
Yeah, he's telekinesis, like taking girls' tops off. Talk about problematic.
Yeah. Willie Ames.
Oh, that movie was fun. Pink Floyd The Wall came out in 1982.
Okay.
Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. Remember Halloween 3?
I didn't know it at the time, but I know it now. Yeah.
That's the one with the masks?
Yeah.
Oh, God. A lot better than Halloween 2. Halloween 2 was garbage. Absence of Malice. Once again, it's another one of these lawyery ones. I don't know who's in it. Whatever. Grease 2.
Man, this cough is killing me. Okay.
Grease 2.
Grease 2. Now, why did you need a sequel to Grease? But of course they did, right?
Well, it was so big. Sharky's Machine. Again, this came out in December of 81. Go away, Sharky's Machine. 1982 classic, The Thing.
The Thing. In the snow.
John Carpenter's The Thing. Mm-hmm. Fucking. That's one of those movies I didn't know existed, and I stumbled across on HBO, and I'm like, what is this? And then it just unfolds in front of your eyes, and you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
It's one thing if you hear about it, and you go with expectations or whatever. It's another thing to stumble across it not knowing it exists. I did that with Terminator.
Yeah.
I didn't know it existed. I stumbled across it on HBO one night. I'm like, what is this?
Yeah.
Nothing better than HBO when they're gearing up to start a movie. You're like, what could it be? What could it be? What could it be?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Author, whatever. The Incubus, whatever. Diner, I hated Diner. Visiting Hours, slasher movie in a hospital, remember?
Okay.
Monsignor, whatever. Making Love, whatever. Amityville 2, The Possession, 1982 classic alert, Beastmaster.
Oh, yeah, the old Maxwell special. I saw Beastmaster many times.
HBO ran that all the time.
Yeah.
Silent Rage, I forget what that is. Secret of Nim.
That was the mice.
The animated one. Based off the book Mrs. Brisby and the Rats of Nim. Something like that. Hanky Panky. Whatever that is.
Okay.
Peter Pan re-release from 53. Ragtime Still. Midsummer Night's Sex Comedy. I think that's Woody Allen.
Yeah, it's Woody Allen.
Modern Problems, again, from 81. The Pirate Movie. Remember this one?
The Pirate Movie.
It's Christopher Adkins, Christy McNichol. It's the movie version of The Pirates of Penzance.
Yeah.
Once again, I didn't know what the fuck it was. I stumbled across that thing. I'm like, what is this?
Was it a musical like Pirates of Penzance?
Oh, yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, singing and dancing.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Ugh.
He's the very model of a modern Major General.
Oh, God, no.
Yeah. I was like, what the fuck? Neighbors, of course, well, still. Cat People, 1982. Remember that one?
That sounds familiar.
The remake of the Val Lewton one. That was with Nastasia Kinski and
she was a big deal.
Malcolm McDowell. This is why she was a big deal. Class 1984, Man from Snowy River, Last Unicorn, Trail of the Pink Panther, Arthur, still, giveaway. There's a couple of these ones I wanted to hit. Last American Virgin. Remember that one?
No.
It's one of those teen sex comedies.
Probably.
Dope soundtrack.
Really?
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, great soundtrack. Megaforce. Yeah. Vice Squad. Remember that one?
No.
This is one of those ones with like Season Hubley and something like that, where it's like an expose of like Times Square, prostitution, sex work stuff. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Vice Squad, yeah. Private Lessons, still from 1981. Go away. Tempest, no. There were a couple of these fun ones I wanted to get to at the end here. It's Time Bandits still.
Still Time Bandits, yeah.
Yeah, we did that. Silent Night, Fighting Back, Ghost Story, Cinderella, Cannery Row, Rollover, Jinxed. No, I mean, it's kind of getting bad here.
All right, well, 1982's running out of steam.
I mean, I guess it came out December 8th, 1982. Number 131 was Gandhi, if you're into it.
Okay. Yeah, Gandhi was a big deal, though, as a movie. I remember seeing the movie poster around.
I think next year, because I think it wins the Oscar. It comes out late in the year. It's not doing much, and then...
Because we never knew about Gandhi until the movie hit, Here
we go. Down near the end, on a list of 154, number 150, AC/DC, Let There Be Rock.
Oh, yeah, that was like a midnight movie, yeah.
This is what got me into AC/DC. I never liked AC/DC. This is a documentary of their first tour of Europe in 1974. Mm-hmm. You watch this, you're like, oh, I see what AC/DC is. It's just fucking up-tempo, fucking hard rock and roll.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
It's like, fuck yeah, man.
Pretty fun.
Okay, so anyway, so that's it. A lot of fucking classic movies in 1982. It's fucking dense.
I got some products real quick. I got to buzz through them because I'll do it alphabetically. Here we go. Products A to Z, 1982. Here we come. I had a question mark about it. Do you know what does this mean? Action Force. What is Action Force?
Seems like it would probably be a line of action figures. And
that's what I wondered. Yeah, something called the Action Force. I don't know. All right. What's the Atari 5200?
This is the successor to the 2600.
That's what I thought.
The 5200 was supposedly better graphics and whatever. Maybe they went from 2-bit games to 4-bit games. Still limited,
Still lame.
Yeah, still lame.
Betacam. Cabbage Patch Kids arrived.
Cabbage Patch Kids was a big thing.
Big thing.
Big thing.
Yeah. You couldn't get them at Christmas time. I remember my dad coming home with a black Cabbage Patch Kid saying all he could get was the black Cabbage Patch Kids because in the 80s, of course, everyone was racist. And, he didn't mind. He was cool with it, but it was like, yeah, we got a Cabbage Patch Kid, all right, And they give you, weird little birth certificates and stuff you had to mail.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah, that was a whole thing. That was, once again, one of those things that my Aunt Renee down in Virginia sort of turned me on to, 6 months before it became a thing.
Yeah, okay. Well, here we go. We'll keep going. Yeah, we're making a lot of racket today. He's got ice. I'm coughing my brains out, guys. So I'm going to make it quick. I'm going to wrap it up.
Sorry. All right, I'm done.
It's all right.
I'll edit it.
The only person who hates it is Rome. So
I'll edit it out in post.
All right, Cabbage Patch Kids, caffeine-free Pepsi.
Pepsi free.
Yeah.
That's the joke in Back to the Future when he goes into the fucking 50s cafe, and he's like, let me get a Pepsi free, and he's like, if you want Pepsi, you gotta pay for it.
Yeah.
That's Pepsi without caffeine, right?
Yeah. CD players. The CD player came out.
So this is like the rack mount CD players. These
You're
are
right, the one that's in your stereo
system component CD player.
Yeah, and it probably skipped a little bit. CDs were $15 at the time, so nobody could really seriously. We're still in vinyl cassette land. Everyone's like buying vinyl or cassette. You know, CDs weren't really popping yet because it was expensive.
Yeah,
we
were definitely of the age of going to the fucking music store and just like flipping through the stuff and seeing what's there.
Yeah. The liqueur, Chambord. Yeah. Clear shampoo. Up until then, shampoo was not clear. You know that.
Huh.
Yeah. The Commodore 64. That's what I had for the old PC. The Commodore 64.
Huh.
I was such a nerd. I had.
Wait. So the Apple shit came out before that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, but the Commodore 64 was.
The Commodore 64 was a thing.
And it was popular because I remember having a VIC-20, but the VIC-20 stunk. And then you had the 64. I had the 64. I was actually programming that thing in DOS. I made myself get this dice rolling program. I made random dice rolling programs. You hit the space bar like you'd roll your dice, and it would randomly do it. All my dice for Dungeons and Dragons.
I remember in 4th or 5th grade, they brought around the Apple IIe that they had. Because my parents got one of these. This is what I did my school reports on.
Yeah.
With the monochrome monitor and the dot.
Oh, yeah.
And I remember they brought it around to us. And they taught us basic programming language. They taught us how to fucking boot the disk and turn it on and load it. And, we would, type, 10, go to line 20, and then 20,
Yeah, and if that turns to that, then if this equals that, is if equal to greater than, yeah. It's pretty simple. Okay, the Commodore 64, that was a big deal, though. Everyone had one. So, so when we were watching War Games, as the movie or something like that, we were thinking we're going to do that someday. Oh, my God.
The thing was,
but I'm making dice programs.
The thing that War Games was nutty was the concept of the modem.
You're right.
It was a physical thing. You picked up the handset for your telephone and put it into so that the computer could talk to other computers.
Yeah, which was mind-blowing. Mine had a big floppy, but the VIC-20 had cassettes. So
that big floppy was the B drive.
Yeah.
Because there's no B drives anymore because nobody uses those giant 5¼ inch literal floppy. It was like a 45 record made of thin plastic that you get in a book in a thin cardboard sleeve shell.
Yeah. Oh. I think my dice rolling program filled up one.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, whoa.
Yeah, it was like nothing on those for storage.
Yeah. So, okay, Crystal Light came out. Remember Crystal Light?
It was like...
Stinks.
Lemonade, but it was like... their big claim to fame? They had pink lemonade.
Yeah, but it was the fake sugar was, this is why they had caffeine-free Pepsi and they had like sugar, but that was the first, Crystal Light was the first, I want to say sucralose or aspartame or one of those that was coming out like the fake sugar.
Was it?
Because Crystal Light tasted, my mom had it, and it tasted like Tab, where Tab had that weird kind of garky.
Sucralose.
Yeah.
Or.
Fucking terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible. The Cologne of Men. Drakkar Noir.
Wow, that came out in 82?
Yeah, we all had the black bottle of Drakkar.
But not till like 2 or 3 years later.
Yeah, it took me a while to get some too.
Because once again, we had to literally physically discover it in a store at the mall.
Yeah, or occasionally my dad would get magazines and then you'd smell the magazines and you could rub the page of the magazine on you.
Oh my God, dude, back then, those magazines had like 7 or 8 perfume things on them. They reeked.
Yeah. You get like a GQ magazine or something like that and have like a 2-page ad of Drakkar Noir,
That stuff...
Yeah, it stinks.
Chokes me.
Terrible. I don't know what this is. I put a question mark here. Eagle Force. What's Eagle Force? Is that tied to action figures? Action Force? Eagle Force?
Boy, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Once again, I'll have to Google that one. The glowworm came out.
I remember that, the toy.
Yeah.
Wait, was this the little one like this big that like lit up and it had like a sleeping hat and kids cuddled it?
Yeah, so kids cuddled it. Yeah, and it lit up, to keep, so you could turn the lights out and the little kids wouldn't have night,
Right, right.
Yeah. Let's see. Malibu rum. I don't know, that's a big deal.
I thought you were going to say like Malibu Stacy or something.
No.
Wasn't expecting rum.
Well, Mr. Brown coffee. That was kind of a big deal for coffee, for instant coffee. Okay.
I don't know anything about coffee.
Oh, the instant noodle, the Neo Guru.
What?
Neo Guru, Neo Guri. It was a brand, but I think they ended up evolving into, it's instant noodles, but into ramen. It's that bullshit fake ramen.
I don't know. I never ate this stuff. I never paid attention to it. I've never bought
But
it.
sneakers were big, so Nike Air Force and Reebok Freestyles were a thing. But here's the year we came out with, get this, here we go, rollerblades.
Okay.
Rollerblades came into play, so. Yeah.
Getting away from the old 2x2 roller skates.
Yes. We got Runts, the candy, Runts. Not too bad. Runts were all right. They're kind of like a giant nerd, I think, right?
I don't know. They were like miniature, like bananas and like miniature apples or something like that.
Oh, that's right. That's right. They had shapes.
Something like that. I don't know. I never ate them. I never got them.
And then this was ill-fated. I'm surprised it didn't catch on, probably because it didn't work too well. The Sony Watchman, which was kind of like the Walkman, but it was the Watchman with a little mini TV in it.
That's because it was so expensive.
Was that it?
Yeah.
I was thinking the reception would have been terrible, and plus there's 3 channels,
That sort of. Remember, my parents had like a TV. It was a little TV. It was like this wide, this high, and like this deep.
Yep.
And it had a screen like this, and it also had some radio tuners.
Yeah, those are the ones like they'd always be in the kitchen,
Yep.
the kitchen TV.
It was the kitchen TV.
And it'd be like right next to the toaster.
I remember taking it down to the Avalon parking garage, and I was watching the OJ verdict.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember watching. My grandparents had one, and it was black and white. But I only watched black and white shit on it. So I'd watch. I'll watch Gunsmoke. Oh, I'll watch Opie Taylor. I don't care. It's already black and white. Who cares?
I mean, yeah, it didn't matter.
Yeah, watch good. And here's the big invention of 1982, which changed everything, guys. The Jarvik 7. What is the Jarvik 7?
The artificial heart.
There we go. The artificial heart. It sounds like I'm going to need one after this fucking coughing fit.
Yeah, right.
I'm dying over here. Mike's got to do some posts here. We're going to end this one quick, man. I'm sorry. We don't got a lot of meat on the bone this week, but I'm coughing. I'm losing my voice. My ears
Quick
plugged.
top 5, bottom 5.
I don't have one.
You don't have one?
I don't have one.
I could dig one up.
Well, you got it. Well, let's get it down there, Snappy. Snappy Whizzle Teeth. Let's do
Let's
it.
see what I got. No, I don't think I have a top 5, bottom 5.
Well, we stink.
Unless I have.
But that's right. Next week is our 52, so maybe why don't we put a little more meat on the bone for 52? And I'll cough it out. I'll be better. I'll promise I'll get some lozenges. I'll get some medicine, and then when we film for next week, I'll be ready to go. You guys will have an extra little thick. I was thinking of doing a list. We'll do the best of list of our best of lists. We'll do a top 5, bottom 5 of our top 5, bottom 5s that we've done in the past.
I could do one of those old ones right now. I don't know if I can hear in the notes.
What do you mean the old ones? That we've already done?
Yeah.
Why would we do one we already done?
Hey, man, I'm just saying.
But that'll be fun. So we might even throw you a retrospective because what's going to happen with 52, we might reminisce a little. But some of these older episodes, I mean, sure, we were trying to get our sea legs on, but there's some funny stuff in there. And not only bits, but also these lists are pretty good. So
I'll tell you what. This episode's going up what? Monday night, Tuesday night?
Yeah, Monday night, but mainly Tuesday is the
Tuesday
release.
morning.
So Tuesday.
Okay, so we put it up. So if by the time on Thursday, if we have 50 comments in YouTube.
Oh my God, that's a little big ass. These idiots don't say anything.
Saying, do it. I'll make a clip show for episode 52.
Ooh, clip show. That's a lot of work for Mike, though. If he's,
it is. That's a lot of work for me. But I don't think we're going to get 50 comments of people saying do it.
I don't think so. No, because nobody else says, they don't say nothing.
No.
The doo-doo heads are a bunch of doo-doo heads.
I'm sure we'll get a handful of fucking cool people saying,
I
watched it, do it, fucker.
Yeah, we'll get 5 or 6
almost 1, 2 for you. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
And then I'll get an email going, you stink.
But boy, if we got 50, I'd be like, oh shit, fucking people want to see. I better get on this.
All right, we did it. Sorry about the cough, guys. I know. I'll be better next week.
Like, subscribe, share with your friends, follow us, watch the episode all the way through, and send us a comment.
Shit sandwich.